To price up the cladding on an external wall with wood, enter the length and height of the wall you will be cladding in the red cells at the top of the screen here. I will enter 5 linear metres for the length, and for the height I will enter 4 linear metres. The programme is asking me if I require scaffolding for this job. I do, and I will want it for 3 days. So I will enter 3 in the blue cell here on the scaffolding row. As with all the modules, blue cells require our own judgment. The default scaffold is an aluminium tower scaffold at 3.4 linear metres high. This is the one I want, but you can change it if you wish. The materials, hours and labour for the vertical battens, or studs, have all been calculated for me. Let's look at what's been allowed for by clicking on the red question mark. The picture shows me the centres are set at the default of 400mm, but I want mine to be 600mm. So I will change this here in the picture and click Enter Details. As you can see, by doing this, all the materials, hours and labour for this row have changed accordingly. If I click on the red question mark for the horizontal battens, the diagram shows that 2 battens have been allowed, one along the top and one along the bottom. For my job, I want 2 at the bottom and 1 at the top, so I will enter 3 in the yellow cell and click Enter Details. I do require additional batten for around the windows and the doorway. Again, I will click on the red question mark on this row and enter 11 linear metres for this. I also need some lead for above and below the windows. 1 roll will be enough, so I will put 1 in the blue box and allow 1.75 hours for this work to be carried out. The material, hours and labour for the boarding has all been calculated. I am using a feather edge board at 11 by 150mm, but you can change this if you want. Just to show you how detailed and accurate the costings on this module are, I will now click on the red question mark for fixings for batten. From the picture, you can see that it is allowed 1 fixing per 0.6 linear metres, or every 600mm, which you can change if you wish. It has then calculated the amount of fixings required from this information whilst allowing for wastage. This may seem like a minor detail, or even a bit over the top, but perhaps not when you consider how much it would cost you if your job got held up all because you were short of a few fixings. We'll now look at the decorating section of this module. At the top of the screen you can see the default is set for painting. I do not want to paint my cladding, so I will untick the primer, undercoat and gloss. I want to stain it, so I will click Base Coat and Stain. All the costs for the decoration have now been calculated. There! The pricing up for the cladding of my external walls with wood is all done, just by entering a few basic numbers, and I was able to quickly and easily get the pricing to meet my exact requirements.